What's up, everybody? Hey, Brett Holmes might have done it again. I think we might have found a ready-made day one starter at linebacker in Malcom Rodriguez, at least according to this guy right here. Chris thinks that he's ready to go. Well, I'm not going to speak for you, Chris, but you came in pretty excited about this Malcom Rodriguez guy. Do you think he's a ready-made product? Tell me what you think about him at linebacker for the Lions.
Yeah, I think if we all just had to poll who we're most excited about from the fifth, sixth round, seventh round,
Sure.
right? It's this guy, just a meat stick of a linebacker. I mean,
You just called him a meat stick.
he looks
That's it.
just, I mean, he's like, you said it, like he's a bowling ball of just muscle, and
Yeah,
he's
he
a
is.
little undersized. And I think we were like, oh man, he's a little undersized,
Height
measurables.
wise.
Then you start looking at his times, his production. It's like, I mean, what am I missing here? Like, yeah, I get he's like an inch shorter than probably ideal, and some things like that. But overall, man, this guy's going. So here's the one thing that I liked from rookie minicamp. Okay, they Pride of Detroit did an article. They were watching linebackers, and they said Shepard, the linebackers coach, spent almost no time with Rodriguez, who appeared to answer all of his questions correctly and gain Shepard's trust quickly.
Wow.
So from the mental side of it, it's like, okay, he gets that. Physically looks good. Production is good. So I think we all penciled him in as, hey, maybe he can help on special teams. Well, first, like, I think he can make the team, right? Then I think he would
Yeah,
probably have a role on special teams, all the
probably
way
will.
to, yo, man, we've got a huge need at linebacker. And this guy um, can cover. He can get to the quarterback. He can do a lot of things that I think we just assume, yeah, he's going to be a nice special teams piece. But all of a sudden, I'm starting to get a little excited about, man, could this guy get in there, be a really good linebacker for us early on, quicker than we thought? Do you think he
Yeah.
can get in quicker than we think, or am I drinking too much Kool-Aid? Kool-Aid
Okay.
check.
Kool-Aid check. Is it blue? Um, here's my question for you. What's quicker than we think? And then I'll
Well,
give you my answer.
okay,
Is
I
it
thought
day?
he'd
Is it
be
opening day, or is it like he'll be starting by mid-season? Like, what is get in there, and what is quicker than we think?
game one, he has snaps at linebacker. He doesn't start at linebacker, but he's in there playing at linebacker.
Got it.
Game one.
But he's playing at linebacker. Does he start at any point this year outside of injuries?
I think I think he could. Like, I think he absolutely could. I don't think he's a sixth round. Hopefully he makes the team. He could play on special teams guy. Rather, this is a guy that we've identified that could step in and actually help,
Sure.
and could be better, all not already, but could work to be better than Jared Davis, right? Like, that's the type of, can he beat out Jared Davis type of thing. And that's what my question to you is. Do you think he could play week one at linebacker?
Yeah, I think he could play week one at linebacker. I do, but here's where I'm at. We have Alex Anzalone, right? We've got Board that we just signed. We brought in Jared Davis. I think the real question is, does he get ahead of our rookie from last year, Barnes? Right?
Oh,
I think that's, and I am a little bit higher on his immediate level of play than I am on Barnes this year. So I do think he can move ahead of him. Do I think he's competing for a starting position? I think we need to say not yet. I'm just worried he's one of those guys. It's one of two ways. He's either a guy that just gets it and the measurables don't matter, and he's just a straight gamer, right?
mm,
Stephen Tulloch. I mean, that's a guy that he really
oh,
does remind me of. I'm not just saying like because he was a Lion, but this is a Lions show. So most people will know who Stephen Tulloch was. And he does remind me of him. I thought you had a good comparison, but now I'm forgetting who you compared him to.
I was just thinking
Um,
the same thing. Yeah,
Zach
I'll
Thomas.
think of
You
it.
said Zach Thomas. That's what it was.
Oh
It was
yeah.
Zach Thomas and a late round pick. The intangibles were all there, but the measurables weren't. So I don't know. As I originally wanted to come in here and disagree with you on this, but I don't want to count this guy out.
Mm.
What they were saying is that his legs look like they're as thick as a D tackles, but he still moves like he's a
Yes.
linebacker. Like, you sit here and you say the dude doesn't have the measurables, but at the same time, he has all the old school linebacker measurables that you'd ask for.
Yes.
He's big, he's still fast, He can get sideline to sideline okay. I mean, like, but in small spaces, he's good. He read to react is very fast. He knows where he's at. So I guess when I'm answering your question, maybe I'm sipping a little Kool-Aid too, because yeah, I do think he gets some play time. I think it's because of injuries. I do think other guys start ahead of him week 1 for sure.
Yeah, and I think Craig, in the last 5, maybe 10 years, NFL teams have had a hard time evaluating what kind of linebacker you need, right? It was like
Yes, it's
you need that
hard.
big Chris Spielman, and then it was like, no, actually, you need like fast, small, fast. Then we have Patricia come in, draft Tavai, and it's
Oh
like
my
you want
goodness.
thick, big. It's like
Oh my goodness.
I don't.
Defensive tackle running around at
Oh,
linebacker.
so now and I don't know if we're right. I don't know this, but now we're with him, and it's just the way he is specifically. So I don't think this is our whole philosophy when it comes to linebacker. But it's like, yeah, didn't they used to be a little small? Like if I had to make a perfect linebacker, I'd be a little smaller, a little shorter. I'm able to get through things, but I'm thick as can be. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have trouble tackling and being in the mix. And this guy, I think I'm just so curious, and the stuff coming out of camp is, or out of the rookie mini camp is, everything's great. Everything is great. He's looking, and again, we're going against nothing. We're going against air and dummies,
Yeah.
but just all you can go on is what they're saying. Like, yeah, this guy's doing everything we're asking.
Yeah, and I think with him, every time there's a negative, there's a positive that covers it up. But every time there's a positive, there's a negative that covers it up.
Yes.
So when you have the positive of, oh, he used to be a safety, so he should be good in pass coverage, you have the negative of short arms and short, which makes it really hard to guard tight ends who are 6'5", 6'6". It's difficult to guard those guys when they have 30 pounds on you and 5 inches. Like no matter how fast you are, no matter how athletic you are, if you have short arms and you're short, but he's quick. So I think as a run defending linebacker, he's good, but I think he'll be better against the pass than Jared Davis
Yeah.
or Eric Barnes. Or,
Well,
I mean, like he's going to be better than those guys. Probably not bored, but like still, like I
it,
don't know. It's just so hard. And then you're like, well, he's fast. Okay, he's fast, but he's also short with short arm. Like that's always the negative. And I think that's why he fell to where he fell. But what
absolutely,
we
and
do
that's
know is that he's a guy that straight produced. And Brad Holmes talked about that with drafting Hutchinson. And I think it's the same idea with drafting Rodriguez right here, because he is a guy that just put up numbers. And there has to be something to be said for that. Has to.
absolutely. And I totally agree with what you're saying about there's positives, there's negatives. It's why he fell. It's just the unknown. It's other teams are taking people, and that's where you really, that's where Brad Holmes makes the money. He makes it all throughout the draft because he's making
Yeah.
moves in the first round. But really, this is if he is actually the good of what we see, he's got good, bad, then that's it. But let us know in the comments if we're drinking too much
Yeah.
Kool-Aid, if you're drinking it. But I don't know. I don't.
I don't know.
I
I don't
don't
know, because part of me wants to say he's the Amon-Ra St. Brown of this year.
know.
But the other part of me wants to be like, well, we messed up in the 4th round at linebacker last year. So
Yeah.
even though Barnes has a ton of athletic upside. So let us
Agreed.
know, like Chris said, let us know if we're drinking the Kool-Aid or if you're drinking it right alongside. And we'd love to hear it. Hit that subscribe button below if you haven't already. We'd love to have you as part of the community here. See you on the next one.